in AD 2024. Stream was beginning.
What happened?
Somebody set up us a stream. Wicked Finland.
What? Main screen, turn on. It's you.
How are you, gentlemen? All your stream are belong to us. You are on the way to entertainment.
What you say?
You have no chance to more make your time. Ha 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 ha. Captain,
Take off every meme. You know what you doing. Move, chat. For great fun.
It is over.
I'm invincible. Or more, invisible. Because I knew I forgot to check something. There.
What's a paladin?
I don't know. Jesus. Okay, there we go. That's better. Hi. Anyway, I've been pretty busy today editing the next video. So I wanted something... Oh, for fuck's sake. How would I turn off the autofocus on this one? White balance. Lock it. Ah! I want to lock all of this. Holy shit, everything broke again. Fuck it, I'll restart this. No, it's... fuck's sake. 1 moment. I don't like the auto adjust it does, but I also don't know what the values are if I want to lock them, so There might be some glitches today. I don't know. Anyway. I'm too tired for fighting. So we're gonna be doing something else. Which is the Outer Wilds. I've heard it's good. I've never played it. But that is exactly one of the purposes of this channel. Doing all kinds of stuff. And trying to figure out if games be good. So we're going to be seeing if it is good. Because I have heard good things, and I've also heard it's one of those games where you really shouldn't know anything about the game before you play it. So I've been avoiding everybody I know who's been playing it. And why not now? Adun Theron. Hello, Space Runner 357 Midnight Thoriano. Hi. Hello. But yeah, that is my idea. I have been same Shan. I've also heard it exists, but I have not ever played it or watched it being played. I just heard. I've seen like some bits of the beginning, like well, I don't even know if it was the beginning. I've seen some minor bits and pieces of some place with trees and shit, which looks like the thing in the basically box art, I guess. I think it's the beginning. And then I heard that I shouldn't know anything about the game if I want to play it and enjoy it. So that is all I've seen. I think it's some kind of a puzzle game, Shan. An adventure game or something. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that it's good, and I've tried to avoid all of the information after being told that I should know as little as possible.
Sure.
Exactly. And I've tried to avoid all information because I was told that I should avoid all information if I want to have maximum enjoyment of the game. Speaking of games, I did finish the version 1 of the next video. And I rendered it. I'm going to go through it tonight at work. And then I'm going to see if it's going to be... if it's going to be bug-free enough, let's put it like that, so I could schedule it for the pay-to-win tomorrow. But, without any further ado, main screen turn on. I mean, those are the kinds of temptations that are good to fall into, Shan. Food. Now, I also remembered that I have not... actually... where is it? There. Set up the game on OBS. Will you show yourself? There we go. And then wonderful. Adun Thunderling. Well, Shan, I bet it was so Hi, Zai. Oh, this supports the DualSense controller. Well, that changes everything. I'll do one thing then quickly. Which is, I'll stop the X input emulator. And, reconnect the controller. I'm glad that more and more games are starting to natively support the DualSense. Now, there we go. I think it's fine enough. Wake up. There's something up there. Just went boom. What is that?
Need help waking up.
Thank you, Thunderlane, for the 100 Digbitty alarm clock. I'm very woke. That is very true. Epic marshmallow roasting action. Whoop. That didn't go. Well, I'm still gonna eat it. Yeah, setting up things takes a surprising amount of effort, which a lot of people don't necessarily appreciate. Not particularly, Shan. I have heard of the name, but I haven't really... I don't really know much about the game. Okay, hello, Slate. There's our pilot. Back from your pre-launch campout under the stars, I see. So it's launch day, eh? Seems like only yesterday you joined the space program, and suddenly here you are, leaving on your first solo voyage. What do you say? Ready to get this beauty off the ground? It's all fueled up and ready to go. Ready if you are, I guess. Of course I'm ready. It's finally time to test the new landing hydraulics with the pilot instead of the autoflight system, which sounds very safe. Speaking of pilots, make sure you don't crash the ship the first time you put it down, you hear? Anyway, you'll need to get the launch codes from Hornfels at the observatory before you can lift off. Just bring those here once you've said your goodbyes or whatever. Also, I'm gonna slightly lower the volume. Okay. Fly model ship. Down thrust, up thrust. Oh, okay. I'm doing fine, Space Runner. I hope you're doing well as well. It's a fun survival game. Basically, word is kinda over cause some weird shit. You're trapped in Canadian mountains. Disaster involves temperatures below zero at the equator. It's a storyline-oriented survival game. It's not survive here forever, but try to reach this area. How you doing, Maury? As long as you ignore the publisher. Yeah, those kinds of things tend to be the case a lot in the video games industry, let's be honest. Haha! Oh, could've gone better. Gonna get in the hole? Hit a hole! That hole goes pretty deep, apparently. Oh, that's why I... Okay, I get it. I get it. It's just hard for me to, It's hard for me to gauge the, position of the craft, because there don't seem to be shadows. Which is... slightly negative. I'm gonna check. I mean, yeah, the quality is at maximum, so... I mean, yeah, there seems to be a lot of chill stuff in this one so far as well. You had an issue where Twitch unverified your account, and your email was permanently deleted at the same time. Jesus. Hello, Micah. What a landing! I guess that's why Slade let you fly the real thing. Yeah, what a landing. I crashed it several times. But I mean... if that is good enough for them, it's good enough for me. Hey, yo, hatchling. You're leaving us to seek adventure amongst the stars. When you return, let's you and me and Gosson open up a bottle of the good stuff. The good stuff is a less delicious sap wine and more daunting digestive challenge. An iron stomach is the mark of a true Harthian. Is that our species name? A hardy hunter-gatherer lifestyle stems from trial and error, by which I mean our ancestors are eating a lot of bad things. Yeah, it has been a while since I've roasted marshmallows. Maybe it will be time to redo it at some point. How doing, Cookie? You're actually blasting off anything, huh? Well, they don't really explode as often anymore.
What I noticed between the space program and Micah's model rockets, things seem to burn to the ground around here more than they used to, huh?
What's that? Huh. Oh, that was where we are. The pilot seat used by pioneering astronaut Feldspar is all that remains of our inaugural flight into space. Although it's been argued such a distinction requires a breathtaking liberal definition of flight, that day will nevertheless always be remembered as a landmark achievement in Hearthian history. How doing, Subsoil? Doing well, Subsoil. It's just been really hot, so I've had a lot of lack of energy going on lately. I'm sure that's gonna come in, that feature is gonna come in handy at some point. Hello there, Marl.
So it's launch day, huh? Al's gonna miss ya.
Speaking of launch day, I was thinking about it. And the platform those ships launch from is getting old. Isn't it about time we built a new, less flammable one? The big tree in the village would be the perfect choice. Wouldn't mind helping out the space programs and just say the word. Nice try. We all know you have it out for the tree. What? No, I think it's in the way and something ought to chop it down, you know. Specifically me. I think that's to do with the time I fell out of it and broke my arm. That was when I was a hatchling. Who would hold a grudge for that long, huh? Hello there, nice.
Hello there, Space Cadet. I hear you're leaving the crater today. If you meet any of the other travelers up there, remind them to take proper care of their instruments, won't ya?
Tell me about the traveler's instruments.
Oh, sure, I made all of their instruments, you know. Let me see, there's Church drums, Rebec's banjo, and Gabro's flute.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to find all of those things in a huh?
And Feldspar's harmonica, of course, though Feldspar's been missing for a long time. Sometimes it feels just yesterday they were playing their harmonica around the campfire. Anyway, you hear music in space, that'll be one of the space program's other travelers. If you feel like company, you can always pull out your signal scope and track them down.
The mighty Thunderchill, we defend the city from the forces of evil. Who want to make finding true love, companionship, and sweet emotions illegal.
Exactly, Sonny-chan. Hello, astronaut. What's with the radio? We wanted to play hide and seek, but Moraine won't let us borrow the signal scope because it's really delicate. And not supposed to be thrown around like that. Hey, can we use the signal scope? Can we please? Do I have one? Helena and me will hide with these radios and you'll use the signal scope to find us. Last one to be found wins. It's the Chad who was singing. Whee! Hi.
Oh, you found me, but my hiding place was super good. Yeah, I gotta find you both. I know. What? Hello. I'm happy. Thanks for playing with us. Well, that was a nice little tutorial on how these things work. I'll 100% want to explore more. Hello. Fishing rhyme, singing helps me pass the time. You're leaving the crater? Guess we'll be a little busy without you around to lend a hand. The big water planet, Giant's Deep, that's where I'd go. Why's that? One time after the rest of the village left to sleep and it was just the two of us sitting around the campfire, Gabbro told me about their first trip to Giant's Deep. They landed their ship easily enough in the waves, but couldn't see too far down on account of how murky the water was. I guess. Too dark. Gabbro wants to see what lay beneath the surface, so they decided to travel deeper. They traveled down and down. But suddenly Gabbro couldn't go any further. Yeah, tell me more. I will, I was just pausing dramatically. As though exercising a will of its own, the water was refusing to let Gabbro go any deeper. It held Gabbro back, almost as if it were trying to protect them from something. And then in the terrible darkness, Gabbro saw it. The tentacle of some hideous beast! I mean, that's what Gabbro said anyway. Whatever it was, it freaked Gabbro out pretty good. Everyone wants to hear new stories at the village campfire, you know, so make sure you bring some back with you. I'm sure there will be stories. Haven't really looked up properly. Hello, what was that? Did we suddenly enter Stalker? Is that an anomaly? Hey kiddo. Hi astronaut. You know the patch of ghost matter inside the fence? Gosson said it used to be bigger when they were a hatchling because ghost matter evaporates. How doing, JB? It just takes a super long time to go away. I hope there's still ghost matter in the village when I grown up. Ghost matter's awesome. It's super cool, but it'll burn the heck out of you. Yeah, I heard touching it hurts so bad it feels like your whole hand's on fire. So try not to walk into any in space, okay? That sounds bad and painful. Okay, so there's hazardous things. Hello, Moraine. Is good weather for your launch? Any good sounds from space? There are. My signal scope is set to the Outer Wilds Ventures frequency, so I'm listening to the Traveler's music. Last night I heard Rybeck's banjo coming from Brittle Hollow. I hope that means they're safe. I can hear different planets too. It depends on what time of day or night it is, since different planets are in the sky at different times. Signal scopes are cool. Okay, I'm already understanding potential thingies. It might also be behind the sun.
I saw smoke coming from Youngbuck Crater up north and figured I should go check it out. You can use the scout launcher. Just please don't break it while I'm gone. East Nomai Ruins. Phantom Grove Crater. Geyser Mountains. Youngbuck Crater. Alright, yeah, in space everyone can hear you playing the banjo. I'm, starting to maybe put together some things we might have to do at a later date. Like, I now know we can use this to, well, find sounds and shit. I am fairly certain we're gonna have to follow all of those sounds. For instance, there seems to be things. We'll find out more. Thought I might see you before the big launch. Nerves getting the better of you? A little bit, yeah. Good. Everyone should be a little bit nervous going into space. I got cocky during my first flight and nearly put a new crater in the moon. Still, I was never as green as you. That's not what Slate says. Oi! You know better than to believe a word the lunatic says about me. They're still sore I made them install a safety harness in the cockpit. Claimed it would throw off the thrust-to-weight ratio. Honestly, one of these days I'm gonna throw off Slate's thrust-to-weight ratio. So listen, there's a satellite, which is definitely not just a piece of broken mining equipment, set up down in the Zero-G cave and in need of repairs. If you're looking for a little last-minute Zero-G practice, head down the lift and into the cave. Or don't, so long as you're confident you can make ship repairs in space. Alright, let's see how it works. This is very interesting. Suit up. Alright, we have oxygen and fuel levels. Hello. I see you to drop down. Yeah, getting the Zero-G time. So you're going in there. In the cave. But no, I'm fine. Great and fine. Like you don't look fine. Well, you know, I hate that cave, so I don't know why you're making me talk about it. Oh, now I've got the hand sweats. I mean, you did ask what I'm doing, so I did tell you. Okay. I'm learning. Roll. Okay. It's gonna take a while to get used to. A full 360 movement again. Cookies are in a state of superpositioning, yes. They see me rolling. They're broken. So I'm gonna press a button to make them not broken. I'm learning. A little bit. Hi, Felon. Also,
I found the source of the ticking. It's a pipe
that was the
bomb.
thing that I read. So Pentagon is gonna use Grok to aid in military decisions. Yeah, that's good. Like, use an AI controlled by a childish billionaire to make important military decisions. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Pentagon put the AI in the water. That turned the friggin' Grok gay. Damn it.
God, Alex Jones used to be so hilarious. Remember when he was funny?
Hey, frog friggin' frog better. It's not funny.
I don't think he knows what updates he's pushing. Yeah, it's not as fun when I misspeak when I'm trying to make a bad joke. Of course, it'll be a little more stressful when
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel like too. I can see you reaching to get off this rock, so you go get the launch codes from the observatory and get out there already. Best of luck, and try to avoid getting yourself killed. I'll do my best. Colossus the Forbin project was scrubbed from the internet last year. It's a movie about the US AI conspiring with the Russian AI to hold humans hostage with nuclear weapons.
Pentagon tested gay bomb is the gay bomb. Hey, they earned the friggin' frogs gay. And I'm not for that, by the way.
But I am. Okay, so that's probably the observatory. I mean, there's a lot more to see around, well, everywhere, I guess. And those are our astronauts, I guess. Clockwise from top left. Hornfels, Gasan, Slayton, Feldspar. Big thanks to these additional founding members of Out of Wild Ventures, without whom we would have never gotten off the ground. Matthew Steinhauser, Ben Etherington, Quetu Yop the Pie, Jordan Frith, Tom Cummings, Sunshark Templar Farrell, and all the other, probably Kickstarters and whatever they're not, or something. Many big names. People. Timber Heart's first and only space program was founded to explore the farthest reaches of our solar system. Feldspar was the first Hearthian to be intentionally launched into space. They completed the first orbit around Timber Hearth and later made the first of what would be many landings on our moon, the Atoll Rock. I don't know. Because... this remarkably intact statue was carved by the Nomai, an ancient species that dwelled in our solar system thousands of years ago. The statue provides us with our most detailed look yet at the Nomai, who appear to have been covered with a layer of fur. Note the decorative jewelry that's been carved as a part of the antlers. Although their artifacts and structures have been found on almost every planet in the solar system, we still have no idea where the species came from or what happened to them. Hey, it's my favorite astronaut. Launch day at last, hey buddy. It's the translation tool's inaugural flight too, so I'm so excited it's making me nauseous. Just think you'll be able to translate any Nomai text you want, anywhere you are. The two of us put a lot of hours into inventing the tool, so don't break it. Do not break it. Just nervous and I'm not even one going to space. I'm excited. And I just can't hide it. And I kinda hate that the camera does this shit. One moment. I'm quickly gonna do a thing. One moment.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Okay, almost there. Sorry, I'm changing the application I'm using because I don't think that this application is particularly cooperative with this specific phone. Unfortunately. Oh well. Yeah, unfortunately so, Cookie. Oh, for fuck's sake. And now it froze when I went into the game.
Of course!
I'll just fucking change to the phone with a worse camera. Because that one at least seemed to work. fuck? Sorry. Bumped into the fucking thingy. Okay. Now I have to go through all of the settings again because, of course, and its focus is off. It's gonna be good enough. I'll have to figure out another friggin' camera option at some point, which would hopefully work better. Let's see if this one now, when I go here, it's still on. How about now? Okay, so far. Okay. So what's the dirt? Here to see the new Nomai statue. Of course. Bornfell's just finished prepping it for display too. Makes me wish we could see what a real-life Nomai looks like, but I guess this is as close as we ever get. Looks like they had fur. Fur is weird. This is the first fully intact statue ever found, you know, and for how old it is, it's in great shape. Ah geez, I got a little carried away there. Go on, you'll have a ship to launch. Take care of yourself out there, you hear? Future side of a new exhibit. An expansion. The strange rock moving around in this grotto appears to react to conscious observation. The level-headed among us realize there must be some sort of an optical illusion at play, but Gavrod claims this rock exists in all possible states until it is discovered. Whatever that means. Whatever is actually happening, both sides of the debate agree the effect is extremely creepy. Okay, so when it is... when you stop observing it, it moves. Good chaos. I do. Stars like our sun generate light and heat by fusing hydrogen into helium. As it grows older, the star runs out of hydrogen and starts to contract. As the star's core contracts, it gets hotter, causing the outer layers to expand, and the star has become a red giant. When the core is hot enough, it starts to fuse helium into carbon. If a star is massive enough, it will continue to fuse carbon into even heavier elements like iron. Ultimately, the star will collapse under its own gravity and explode in a violent event called a supernova. Based on Churd's observations, this will one day be the fate of our own sun. This crystal was taken from a Nomai ruin on Brittle Hollow. It seems to create a local gravity distortion and was most likely used to traverse steep surfaces. Try it out. Whoa! Okay, that was interesting. Gravity is a suggestion. The Nomai technology brought back from space by our astronauts has been a great boon to Outer Wilds ventures, allowing us to modify expedition gear in exciting and useful ways. For example, the Little Scout now boasts a warp retrieval capability that allows astronauts to recall their scouts almost instantly. This has dramatically reduced the number of scouts lost to the depths of space. What you see here are parts of a Nomai skeleton. We can tell from their skulls that they possessed antlers and, quite unusually, only 3 eyes. The Nomai body was most likely adapted for living exclusively on land. The differences in Nomai's anatomy, such as their shockingly fragile bone structure, show us that Harthians couldn't have descended from Nomaian ancestors. It's not clear where the Nomai originated from or why they disappeared. We hope to find more clues to this puzzle as we explore our solar system. Aside from the dwellings and structures they built, the Nomai also made art. This decorated pottery was discovered in Brittle Hollow. Some ancient Nomai art depicts strange animals, foreign celestial objects, and other subjects that can't be found in our solar system, which makes us wonder whether the Nomai originated elsewhere in the universe, or simply had vibrant imaginations. Were the Nomai born in our solar system, or were they born among other stars and planets? And if they were, how and why did they come here? These are just some of the questions we hope to answer through further xeno-archaeological expeditions. This piece of Nomai writing was essential to deciphering their unique language. Although this text is linear, Nomai text often branches off from a central point. Interestingly, each branch tends to be written by a different author. Ooh. How'd this work? Cassava, we're nearly ready. Felix and I have finished construction, and she says calibrating the device won't take long. Fortunately, the Adelrock's lack of atmosphere will make calibration simple. After all this time, I'm thrilled to finally resume our search. Did that just appear there? Huh. Alright, so we have already learned a lot about many things, actually. Whoa! Hello. And this does explain even more. Well, there's our solar system, which I guess we'll be exploring. Thornfell's observations. This is incredible. At first I thought the points of light in this image were stars, but they're not. They're galaxies. And this image covers just a tiny patch of the whole sky, which means the universe contains at least 1,000 times more galaxies than we previously imagined. I think I need to sit down. There you are. I just finished pre-flight observations and local conditions are good. Time to get our newest astronaut off the ground. And you'll be our first astronaut ever equipped with a Nomai translator tool. I confess, I've been giddy all day just thinking about it. We're better equipped than ever to unravel the mysteries of the Nomai. You and Hal should be very proud of your work. Tell me, what's your plan once you're ever in space? I don't know. Overwhelmed by the options, perhaps. Don't blame you. If you need help getting started, you could go visit Esker on the moon. They're alone on the Adelrock most of the time, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Plus, we don't know what the ancient Nomai ruins on the moon are, or why they were built. You could put your new translator tool through its paces. Looks like that's all that's left is to send you off. I'm ready to die in space. I'm not the one for superstition, but isn't that kind of unlucky to say before launch? At any rate, here are the launch codes. Try not to worry too much. Our ships are every bit as safe as Slate could be persuaded to make them. Best of luck out there, and let me know if I can help you with anything. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I have many options. There's plenty of places I could go over here as well. Okay.
It's not real. It's not happening again. It's all in your head.
I don't know, Theron. Our life just flashed before our eyes. That's what happened. Did you get a good look at the Nomai statue? Yeah, the statue looked at me and opened its eyes. The statue was doing what? So its eyes opened and you saw images from your own memories and glowing lights flying around. You mean like a hallucination? Listen, no offense, but are you sure you're okay to launch, like, medically speaking? You know what? Don't worry about it. Hello, robotic, yeah. It's nice when things happen. I'm sure it will all make sense eventually. I mean, fair enough, JB. That's what I'm always saying to people as well, basically. When you're ready, you can make most out of our translator tool. I can't believe it's all grown up and leaving to space. For real though, I'm glad you're the only one. You're the one carrying it and not like Brybeck. They'd fall on it for sure. If you want to do a short trip to just get your space legs under, you could check out the ruins on Adel Rock. I'd love to learn what those are. Good luck and safe flying. Oh hey, it does work. Can I take the axe and go murder? Anyway. I go into space and never coming back like Feldspar did?
The boy ends up reacting the same way any guy would if you were to take away his porn. Axe to the face!
Exactly. Pornfills will be really sad if you don't come back, like how sad it makes them to talk about Feldspar, so you should make sure you don't get lost in space too. So where does this go? Ah, this goes to the ship. We needed the launch codes to get into the ship. But I kind of don't want to go there yet. How's that the best line to see that, JB? Because I assume that's just something that everybody searches for anyway, so... Alright, before going to space... Oh, this is this kind of a thing. Okay. What is that? Interesting. Okay, so do I then have to use the ship to get around? I guess. Let's go to the ship. Let's completely ruin extremely valuable piece of technology by being extremely bad at flying it. Oh, I can't get there. That's a shame. Okay. So okay. Rumor mode. Okay, some kind of a journal basically for all the things. That's one of the gravity's just suggestion things. Oh, I guess we should follow the suggestions. And fair enough. I mean, is that why we have plants in here? So that's basically suggesting that we have oxygen while we're inside, I guess. Let's hope so. Alright, is that... That is the Addle Rock. Okay. I do kind of want to land on those spots as well. I have no idea how this works, but it's fine. Now, where do I want to land? That's the next question. Well, suit up. That's nice. You have trees on the moon. Hi, how's it going? Thank you, Felon. Ground control didn't tell me you were launching. Long time no see. Actually, I guess it's been a long time since I've seen anyone. Was that you whistling? Probably. Actually, definitely. The other travelers carry instruments, so they don't bother whistling. You can pick up the music with a single scope, you know? Best spot for that is the North Pole. Great reception. The North Pole's marked in red on your minimap. But the Owl Rock is pretty small moon, really. Just go north and you can't miss it. Don't go! I mean anything else you want to ask? Don't the other travelers come by? The lunar outpost saw more traffic back when our ships were less sophisticated and needed more frequent repairs. Nowadays, it's mostly used to keep a set of eyes on things. Sometimes Church comes by to say hi, but Gabbro's Gabbro, and you know how Ryback feels about unnecessary spaceflight. Seems lonely. A little. I'm in touch with ground control. Longfellows and Gosson mostly, and they radio out to Ched now and then. And when ground control forgets I'm up here, and they usually do, I launch my little scout at the village. They forget about you? I don't blame them. For one, I don't check in as often as the other travelers since I'm always in one place. And it's not so bad up here, really. At least it's peaceful and quiet. You don't always get that in our solar system, let alone in our village. So what's this place? Very funny. Oh, stars above, you serious, aren't you? Well, that's just depressing. Welcome to the Lunar Outpost, which apparently the space program doesn't want to teach anyone anymore. When we first started out of the wilds, travelers used to bring their ships here all the time for repairs. Our spacefaring technology was improved loads since then, but the older ships tended to, fall apart a lot, so, like, more than they do now. Using the outpost cut down on the number of launches and landings taking place in the village, and also the number of fires. Nowadays, though, it's mostly just me up here raising saplings from Timberhearth and keeping an eye on things. Well, talk to you later. Unidentified signal nearby. The only nearby signal I can find is the Whistler. Whoop. Well, that's not terribly close either, considering the size of this planet. I remember there were some ruins somewhere, right? Hello, is that a hole? It's just a dust bowl. You know, the AI search results are fucking awful. Hello. Is that the Event Horizon? I'm just going through the walls, seeing if I see any writings. Whoa, hello. Hello? I mean, they did get a little bit more interesting now. Remove scroll. Ah. Coleus, I was upstairs testing the eye signal locator, and I can hear and follow the signals from the sun, Giant's Deep, and Brittle Hollow. However, something strange is happening when I ask the eye signal locator to follow the eye signal. The device indicator rotates wildly and never points to just one direction. Oh, so have I just put it in the eye signal locator and that's why it's going like that? Is that the locator? And that's why it's not stopping. I see, I most likely calibrated the locator incorrectly. Privet, my apprentice, and I will make adjustments and try again. An update. Disappointingly, everything is correctly calibrated after all. It saddens me to posit this, my friends, but I believe this locator cannot detect the eye signal. We would need to build a more sensitive device if we want to locate the eye or the universe. Then we will build it. Don't lose hope, Kasama. Our search for the eye is what brought our clan into this place. We won't give up easily. I'm guessing that's going to be what we're going to be looking for as well. This is a curious result. It's possible the eye has stopped calling out its signal. Where should this new, more sophisticated locator be built? It may need to be larger than this eye signal locator is. The Southern Glacier and Brittle Hollow has ample available space. I could construct a new building to house this proposed locator. Yes, let's build there. I imagine our young friend Kunoi would enjoy that immensely. He always held a great interest in the eye, especially for a child born so long after a crash. I will begin construction in Brittle Hollow South Hall immediately then. So these are basically like IRC logs of people, and that's why they branch out like this. Anona and those of us who were originally stranded on Ember Twin built a quantum moon locator there. But the heat of the sun made its construction challenging. I wouldn't recommend building on that planet. Okay, so there's something called a quantum moon locator on Ember Twin. I've seen this written in other travelers' pictures, but seeing it for myself, it's really old, isn't it? But wow, this is the coolest day of my life. Okay, time for some official notes. So this is some kind of an Ome locator. It can point out the different planets, which is incredibly cool, by the way. but from what little I can understand of the writing here, I think it was built to try and find something specific. I'm not sure. I also was able to translate something about the South Pole of Brittle Hollow, so I'll fly there to see if I can learn more. Yep, just gonna get back in the old ship and take off. Totally safe. Mostly safe. Oh, stars above. I mean, let's be fair, we all knew where Google was going when they decided to change their motto. Do people even remember what Google's slogan used to be? Because I do. Yeah, it used to be, "Don't be evil." Yeah, they deleted the "don't" part. So that is the I wonder if I need to remember these symbols. Yeah, this is clearly the locator thing, right? And I think I can hear the planet. This is pretty cool. Okay, now... Because I have a photo thing and I can launch scouts. What the fuck is this? Oh. Chert's research note. Property of Chert. This is an old crater. The neat thing here is that the composition of the samples I took from the impact site matched the composition of the ice on the outskirts of Dark Bramble. I'd posit the Addle Rock was hit with a piece of the planet that used to be where Dark Bramble now lies. To follow up on, maybe there are more fragments of the old planet Dark Bramble destroyed on the other astral bodies in the solar system. Okay. Then comes the question, how does that help us? I'm sure it will eventually. Somehow. Okay, so this is the North Pole. Eska signal scope log. Still not picking up Ryback's banjo from Brill Hollow. I'm sure they're fine, but I'll feel better once I hear their music. Listen. What the f... Something's happening? Well, now we know what the game is going to be about. You happy now, Shan? Now we know what the point is. Right? Apparently, we are now in a time loop. And we're going to have to learn more and more and more. Probably about the things the Nomai were trying to look for as well. So we can prevent that. So I guess now we know what the point is. And we're going to continue once I've taken a short little break. And I also noticed I now have the launch codes. So we could just leave immediately, which is exactly the kind of stuff that is clearly gonna be a major gameplay mechanic. But I will be right back. Well, that was a good way for the game to show what the point is. Now I'm interested to see if I can... Yeah, I can bring it up with people. Did I just die? Whoa, bad dream or something. Still look half asleep, but that's a negative in being deceased. I know it's a tradition to sleep out under the stars the night before launch, but if you ask me, it makes you all a bit jumpy. Hey, Slate said you're blasting off, so... Aren't you gonna go into space, aren't you? Better not have changed your mind. I'm still going. It's been forever since anyone launched into space. I really, really want to see it really bad. There. I want to see. I want to see that one too, Space Runner. I want to go into ship and see if the notes we saved are there, or is everything we saved just things we remember? No, that was the launch code. But first I want to visit the observatory. Oh, in that sense. I mean, yeah, I see it now. Look at this, the statue opened its eyes. Bet you wish you'd seen that happen. Me too. I'm not even a little close to understanding what's going on with this statue. Was there something you needed? I was just about to come and find you. Look, you gotta see this. The Nomai statue's eyes are open. They used to be closed. Probably should have started with that. Now they're open. We're not sure why they opened, since no one's actually saw it happen, but this is huge news. Should someone tell Gabbro? Or maybe Ryback? Oh stars, this is so exciting, it's making my stomach hurt. Yep, nobody saw it. And Cookie!
Boom ba boom.
You know what I'm saying?
Cookie, thank you very much for your 44 months of being a citizen of the wonderful country of Total Real Finland, trademarked, and a tier 3 as well, which we really haven't had tier 3s in a while, but that does mean that if you do want that, you can have a entry message and your own sound effect, if you so wish, but you don't have to. These balls move on their own. The ground is perfectly level, so what do you think causes this spooky notion? The answer is the moon! As it orbits our planet, the Attlerock's gravity pulls on objects from different directions. In fact, it's pulling you right now. You know, I had an idea, but I can't do it right now. Thank you again, Cookie. The support is extremely appreciated.
Poot, 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 poot. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, Chad Monster. I mean, I do like mooning people, so, you know, maybe I will steal the moon. Here's another one of these. Wait, is this in the North Pole? One moment.
What a shame.
Okay, so it does save things we have found. Probably because this is likely based on the what's the word again? It's probably based on Nomai technology, and this one too.
I hunger. Run, coward.
And this one too. Had that same blue glow in the thingies as the Nomai statue that I'm assuming locked us into this time loop. Also, what the f is that? Ayo, hatchling, thought you were taking the tin can of yours into space. What are you still doing here? Me, I saw something crash over the horizon and didn't like what I was seeing, and in the pictures my little scout was sending back, so I thought I'd come over here and take a look. Isn't that a dark bramble seed? You think so? It's nothing I've ever seen in Timber Hearth before, so you're probably onto something here. Whatever it is, it put down roots in a hurry. I don't like the look of the thing, hatchling, and that's a fact. Think I'll set Marl and Hal loose on it. Best get rid of them as sooner rather than later. No one can remove an unwanted plant faster than a tree keeper can. I'll have to get a look at what's inside the seed first, though. Don't want to set anybody to hacking up a potentially dangerous plant without a better idea as what's lurking inside. Stuff can help me hold the old scout launcher over here. Obviously, the opening's too small for something to fit inside, and anyway, I'm not going to blindly stick my hands into anything that looks as unpleasant as the seed does. A good way to lose an arm or two. So are we going to have to shoot a scout launcher into it? Can I... Error. Duplicate signal. What the fuck is this? Yeah, that doesn't look nice. I threw a little scout into the seed.
You're telling me it's bigger on the inside than on the outside? There's gonna be a troll to chop up and no mistake. Can we even remove a seed that doesn't have the decency to stay the same size all the way through? Maybe I'd better grab an extra axe or 3 just in case.
My signal scope is picking up a harmonica inside the seed. Don't go telling nice about the harmonica music, okay? There's the duplicate signal. Can I leave it there as I fly to see where it went? Yeah, it is in Dark Bramble. I know, Zai. That's most of the solar system. Going too fast! Too fast! Well, shit. Yeah, another happy landing. No, I don't, Zai. Is the scout just... I'm gonna die probably to oxygen deprivation anyway. But that's fine. I still want to see what we have here. So this is like teleporters to, I don't know, maybe all around the solar system. problem... we don't have a ship. Or anything else, really. And I'm really running out of oxygen. And fuel. Those look like trees. Hi. Whoa! Where'd you come from? No one's come here in, well, ever, actually. I don't even know what you're talking about, Space Runner. This is my first time playing this. I know absolutely nothing about this, and I also don't really want to know anything about this. Until we find it. It does look like that, JB. That's why I was like, what the fuck is that? And I had to go looking for it. That makes you the second Hathorian to ever reach Dark Bramble. After me, of course. Well done. Say, it's you. They made you an astronaut, and you haven't blown yourself up yet. Good for you. We all thought you were dead for sure. Me? Killed off by a thorny extra-dimensional plant that entirely violates the laws of space and time, and a couple of giant predatory fish with gaping maws and enormously sharp fangs? Pfft, not in a lifetime, little buddy. I set up camp here when my ship got stuck here in Dark Bramble. Been living off the land ever since. So what exactly happened to your ship? Oh, this is a good story. I just finished exploring the core of Giant's Deep and needed a new challenge, and none of us had ever been inside Dark Bramble, so I think, hey, let's give it a try. I'd been cruising around for a while, dodging the odd massive interdimensional vine bristling with thorns, when I run into this huge anglerfish, the biggest I've ever seen. I pull a few stunts, try to shake the thing off, nothing too fancy. Going full speed when the fish clips me, knocks me into a vine and, well, like I said, I crash. Blammo. On impact, my ship starts making noises like it's coming apart from the inside, and I think, well, that ain't great. Sure enough, I barely get out of there before the electrical system starts sparkling like crazy. It's either move fast or die unpleasantly, so I had to put a little distance between me and my poor fried ship. I camped out near where I crashed at first. Found this skeleton later. Great find. Would have been stupid not to use it. So I moved my setup over here and planted my emergency tree seeds. Been here ever since. Wow. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, that's how it all went down, Hatchling. Story's over, but feel free to stay and enjoy the fire a while. Or don't. Fire's not going anywhere. I found a Dark Bramble seed in Timber Hearth. That's bad business, Hatchling. As Chert will tell you if you so much as glance in a Dark Bramble's direction, there used to be a fifth planet where brambles now. This infernal plant appeared at the center and kept growing and growing and growing until it shattered the planet and scattered its pieces across space. If we don't get that seed you found sorted real quick like, I suspect Timber Hearth will be heading towards the same fate, and I tell you what, we Harthians have overcome far too much to be done in by some worthless seed. Where should I explore? It was good, but you should know the space is weird here, intensely.
Ever tried throwing a scout into one of the weird seeds? See there with a little opening? It's just big enough to launch one through. Yeah, that's how I found you. Okay, robotic, thank you. Your scout tracker will tell you the scout is in 2 places at once, but I don't think that's wrong exactly, because space doesn't work right in here. The seed looks small, but inside it's bigger. Much bigger. I've had a lot of time to think about this, and my theory is space in Dark Bramble kind of expands as you go through each sphere. That's why it's bigger inside those seeds. Well, that's my theory. Keep that in mind while you're exploring Dark Bramble, and maybe you won't get lost inside forever. You raised the core of the giant's deep. How'd you do it? Oh, that was a well. But since you're asking, I gotta assume you haven't made it down there yourself yet, right? If I tell you how, it kind of feels like cheating. On a completely unrelated note, that ship was a big hollow vine my ship crashed into. Yep. If I were you, I'd go take a walk and see where it ends. I want to go to the tail end of the anglerfish skeleton and look for a flickering light in the fog. That'll be my old ship. Path starts there. Shouldn't I tell ground control to come and get you? Sure, whenever you have the time. Frankly, I kind of like it out there. Quiet, peaceful-ish. But a little young to understand, but it's a lot of pressure being the best that ever was. Be nice to have a break. Go straight to the tail of the anglerfish, and that's where it is. So what happened to the anglerfish? It was like this when I got here. As near as I can tell, the anglerfish must have been chewing on the vine and eating a seed, and then the seed grew and grew in the poor fish's stomach until this happened. Gross, huh? Skeleton was a good find. Keeps the fish away. See, they're territorial, so they mostly avoid each other. That's why I set up camp here. And Mill!
Stay forever!
Thank you very much.
Okay, button.
Oh, shit. Thank you very much for your 21 months of being a citizen to the wonderful country to Total Real Finland trademarked. Thank you so much for your support. How you doing, Mill? Also, I think I now know what the loud music meant. It means our loop is almost over, right? Because I was wondering why suddenly we got loud music the last time. Yeah, that's the sound of this. Yeah, and we have learned a little bit more about the universe. I still wonder what that is that blows up there. Is that the thing that crashes into the ground? Fuck it, I want to go see what that is. Well, JB, I think you'll find that the universe pretty much covers everything.
Get on my horse, I'll take you around the universe.
Yes, Mill. I just bought this before the stream because I was like, fuck it.
Shut up, woman, get on my horse.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's the Giant's Deep. And we gotta figure out a way into its depths through the thingy. But what is that?
Hey, frog, friggin' frogs, it's not funny!
Whoa, holy shit, How did I end up inside it, that thing? Oh, fuck it, did it just get destroyed? What the fuck was that? Or is? Can I spacewalk to that thing? Because that blue thing looks like something I would maybe want to check. Except when I match velocity, I immediately fall into the fucking ocean thingy. I need to learn how this works. I do. I'm fairly certain this is going to be something that is going to be important later. Because right now I have no idea what this is. The symbols obviously mean something. Can I read that? Because that looks like one of those text things. Probe tracking module. Control module. Launch module. So was this... Was this maybe, so this was probably some kind of a normal spaceship or space station, right? What did that say again? Control module. Interesting. Whoa, okay. Are these the ship's logs? Damage report severe orbital probe cannon. Control module intact. Viewport window fractured. Module exposed to vacuum. Probe tracking module missing. These are the ship's logs. Well, cannon's logs. Untranslated. 8 minutes 20 seconds ago. Request to launch probe received from Ash Twin Project. Cannon aligned with randomly selected probe trajectory. Gravity field activated. Orbital probe cannon launch request received. Probe launch successful. Probe tracking module receiving data. Structure compromised during launch. Damage to multiple modules detected. So something was launched from the twin whatever the fucks. The cannon launched as a response, I guess? But it was destroyed. Giant's Deep Projection Stone. Whoa! So I can see things that are there, but I can't. But it's just a projection, so I can't actually interact with anything because it doesn't exist. I have bad news, Avens. Yarrow says there was a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire. I hope you're pulling my locomotive limb here, Cassava. I wish I were, my friend, but no. They aren't certain they can fix the problem, so the orbital probe cannon is on indefinite hiatus. Tell Privet and Mallow they should return from the cannon. My spouse and I'll remain at the construction yard for now. An update. Mallow and I will join you and Das. Privet visit her brother. Idea may feel responsible. So they knew there was a problem with the cannon, right? Can I put this somewhere? There. Mallow, my better 50%. Cassava is sending the last of the cannon components. Soon, relatively speaking, we'll know the eye's precise location. The thought of concluding our eldest, curious and challenging search increases my heart's temperature, my love. Cassava tells me that he and the construction yard crew have determined a power setting we are not, under any circumstances, to go above. I see, and am I right to think that consequently we'll be ignoring that setting? I can posit with nearly 100% certainty our friends will have accounted for our natures, so I suggest we do. Giving the orbital probe cannon all the power it can structurally withstand creates the greatest chance of finding the eye of the universe. Yes, the probe must travel as fast as it can, as far as it can. I'll make some adjustments. Okay, so, no, it was launching a probe. I see. And not at a probe. That is a good question, Shan. To which I don't yet have any kind of an answer. Very curious. So that's really a good question. Did the Nomai search for the eye fuck up time? Or were they maybe looking for the eye because time was fucked? Or do they want to find the eye because the universe is fucked? And they feel like the eye is going to help with that. I don't know. What I do know is I'm having a hard time getting accustomed. Shit, I'm going into the planet! Fuck! I'm stuck. Help! Well, might as well. I mean, I'm stuck. I can't really move. At least I can't feel like I'm moving, like in any direction. I'm trying because this current's not letting me go down, but I also can't really go up other than to the surface. But I can't get out from the water. So I'm very much fucked. So instead I'm gonna try and go into a tornado. Well, I still have some fuel left. No, it's not letting me into the tornado. Which is a shame. Three minutes of oxygen remaining. That's fine then, we don't have too much until we die. Never mind. God, I hate this water effect, because I'm trying to look if I could see something where I could get out of the water, but I can't. Okay. There's something over there. There's twice the gravity, which leads me to question, are we gonna have to walk on those walls somehow? Are those going to let us defy gravity? I've played video games before. Well, that's a dead Nomai. Exactly, gravity is a suggestion. So now comes the question. Whoop. Let's start by going to the other side. What's this? Long-range probe successfully launched from the orbital probe cannon. Kanoe, Daz and I were lifting orbital probe cannon components into orbit for assembly, and one somehow sank down beneath the current. Cassava convinced me not to try to recreate the phenomenon myself using other cannon parts, but we're very curious to know what happened. How could something pass through the current? My gratitude for your interesting question. This is exciting. Spy constructed a model of Giant's Deep here at Brittle Hollow's Southern Observatory. And reveals how an object might sink below the current. Fuck, I'm hearing the music now. Or is it that? No. Connor, I'm unable to grasp the answer by looking through my projection pool. If I visit the observatory, would you kindly explain? If you don't mind the trek beneath the surface to the South Pole, I'd be delighted to see you. There are 2 trailheads, one at Brittle Hollow's Gravity Cannon, and one at the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Gravity Cannon and Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Connor, you should have seen it. We'd thought it was impossible for any cannon components to sink even partially below the current, but ours sank straight to the core. I know. I don't know. Because it's all very recent, but it's all also ancient history. It's almost like time is extremely fucked. I've bad news, Avens. Yarrow says there was a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire. I hope you're pulling my locomotive. Oh, is this the same? Yes, this is the same. So we've already seen that. Whoa, what the... Hello. Now we suddenly entered an area of no gravity after an area of... What the fuck are... What the fuck happened? For a moment, this place was not on the planet. Like that. We've finished building the orbital probe cannon model and are ready to send it into orbit around Giant's Deep for assembly. Our next step will be to send Privet up to the orbital probe cannon to install the tracking system. You have all of my gratitude for your tireless work. Are you going gelatinous on us, my love? God, there's gonna be so much more to explore everywhere. I know! So this is like the landing platform. And now we can see the end of the universe again. Just from a different perspective. No, it was a feature, because if you noticed in the background, the other islands were blown into the space by the tornadoes as well. So just for a moment, we were on an island and it was fucking thrown into space. Okay, I fully understand why I was told not to watch any of this if I want to play this. See, there it is launching the fucking probe. But now it's going a different direction. So does that mean, if that is locating the eye of the universe, does that mean that in every cycle the eye of the universe is in a different position? I don't know, but it is an interesting proposition. That it would, Shen. I really feel like this is exactly the kind of game that is all about knowledge, right? We slowly accumulate knowledge, and once we have figured it all out, you could probably finish the game in, well, you have to be able to finish the game within one cycle, right, basically. So, which is, I don't know how long it is, half an hour? I haven't paid any attention to the passage of time. What I do know is I need to take one more break. I need to take a bio break. After which we're gonna go for as long as I can. And I'll be right back. Alright. Now let's go as long as I can, because now I'm actually more interested already in the game, and I have begun to understand more thingies. You're lucky I'm in a time loop, because otherwise I'd be super dead. Okay, so there was the crater. Now, what is this place? Oh. Good enough. Closed due to fire damage. The old radio tower, while an important landmark, is unfortunately closed thanks to the unsanctioned flight testing of an extremely powerful model rocket. While we hope to repair the radio tower in the future, all construction efforts are currently focused on the planned museum expansion at the observatory. Sincerest apologies, except to Slate and Micah. I'm wondering if we're gonna be able to do something with that. Hello. Mining site 2B. Or not 2B. That is the question. I did. Just like, partially because I've just seen The Last Action Hero again. And it has the best fucking fake trailer I've ever seen, which is Hamlet starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And one of the bits in that fake trailer is that Arnold, as this buzz-cut Hamlet, is a cigar in his mouth. It goes, "To be or not to be," lights a cigar. "Not to be." And then an explosion happens in the background. It is Arnie. God, Last Action Hero is so good movie. I'm still amazed by how much ore the Ash Twin project requires. Isn't this all for the remaining towers being built on Ash Twin? The completed towers I've seen are quite large. No, the material for those towers is all being taken from Ash Twin. The ore we're mining here will be used to craft an immensely thick protective shell that will physically seal off the chamber inside Ash Twin's core. If they're sealing off all entrances, I hope they planned an core dingling. I thought she had forbidden your apprentice from making puns, Colliers. How else would he improve? I'm relieved by our clan's decision to use Timberheart's ore only for constructing the shell. If, eventually, life on this planet were to evolve to the point of advanced metallurgy, I'm confident we won't have destroyed their ability to create. I mean, considering they probably did get most of the metal out, considering that the technology of this species is mostly wood-based. Oh, it's an absolute blast. It's a very aware action film that is kind of making a lot of fun about action movie tropes as well as other stuff. It is very meta, it is fun. My gratitude for the latest shipment, owner. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin project. Once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure there are no longer any physical entrances. Raimi and I will be checking the interior and then the exterior for cracks. This is exciting news. I can offer an extra set of eyes for the final check, specifically mine. If my work here is complete, I'll be delighted to help. We'd be grateful if you would, and the more eyes the better, as the smallest flaw or opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to disaster. So there's something very important in Ash Twin, but there are no entrances to it, so... Huh. I don't know, Shan. I'm sure these are somehow important that only some of these are lit. But how is it important? I don't know. So that is what is inside. Inside of the project. Yes, Case. Exactly. Fuck. Not what I had intended to do. Yeah, the jetpack really doesn't like water. That much is obvious at this point. I wanted to go explore there, but I kinda... bumped myself into... I don't know if there is anything down here. What I do know is that it's very dark in here. It's in the hole. We know there are things in many places, but what do they mean and what can we do with all of that information? That is stuff that I don't know. And that's one of the beauties of the whole thing, I guess. I do know there were some ruins or something on one part of the planet. I wanted to go there. That's what I wanted to find. Even on our planet, there are so many things. But that's too fast. Now we have another category for... Hello. We have discovered quantum fluctuation frequency. It's one of those things that moves when it's not being observed. That was, I guess, an important discovery then. Yeah, I'm wondering if you had the same thought that I did. One moment. In the ancient glade of the quiet shade, it's always dark across old bark. Yeah, the eye has something to do with those quantum fluctuations. Also, that... Whoa, hey... That fucking, crater thing moved too. Look, now it's fucking over there. So I wonder if this could lead us, depending on which position it's at, maybe we can discover other places underground. They were here at the beginning of our evolution, see? After closer observation, mining site 2A wouldn't be safe for the native life dwelling in some of this cave's pools, so unfortunately we'll have to mine one of the other sites. There are a few other cave sites that look promising. What about site 2B, which has similar formations and strata? This sounds promising. Will you and your mentor investigate? If mining Site 2B proves safe for this native species, we'll move our work there. Site 2B is safe. Coley says we'll continue to monitor our activity and its effect on life here. On the opposite hand, new life? This species is semi-aquatic and very hardy. The ecosystem here is quite robust, so I believe they'll thrive in the long run. Be cautious near the pools if it's too late to meet them. I was watching them once during a rest and the owls escaped from me. They're fascinating. I wonder what their fourth eye does. They remind me of a subterranean species that my mentor Melloray once told me about from when our clan used to travel across this universe. I imagine she would have enjoyed these life forms greatly. Ow. Ow. Oh, up. Ah. Not quite like I planned. Yeah, I jumped on those fucking crystals. I didn't pay enough attention. There are so many things everywhere. Even though it all seems small, there's also so much. And I'm not entirely sure what I should or want to even do. I didn't go up that tree yet. That much I know, because I went in. There's that thing I wanted. This is where I wanted to go. Whoop. Not quite that close, though. I should probably take the spacesuit, though, because it has all of my things. Alright, it used to be connected to that mining site, but the bridges are down. This is one of their log thingies. I'm sure this symbol slash path is somehow meaningful. But how? And why? And where? Because somehow... one of those is moving, so some things are affecting that. And something needs to be done for it to open. So we can read what's in there. But the question is what? Now this is the one with the quantum thingies. So the first real clear clue was, what was it? The South Pole of Bramble Hollow had something. I mean, as much as it is fun to just go around looking at everything, and I'm enjoying it immensely, I feel like it might be a good idea to maybe follow some of the more obvious clues that the game has given us.
Outsider!
Okay, so... Or was it Brittle Hollow? I'm gonna read the notes. Or I'm gonna crash into something and die. I rolled out. Thank you, Fallon. I just wanted to check what the name was. God, we've gotten so many things. Ryback headed to Brittle Hollow to investigate something Nomad were doing at the South Pole. This was the thing. Brittle Hollow, South Pole. I'm very much enjoying the wilds, thank you. Listen, I was hoping I had put us on an orbital trajectory. Granted, I was wrong. Oh, that's a shame. Oh shit. That's a shame, Theron, but sleep is good. So do sleep well. What the fuck? How did the planet catch up to me when I was just accelerating away from it? Oh, fuck! Fuck your landing mode. Alright, so if red was the North Pole, then blue is the South Pole. Logic. I have logicked the situation. Hello, there's something over there. There's another quantum thing here. Oh. There's a lot of shit hitting the fan. Maybe I should check the upstairs first. Beneath your feet lies the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. If you're preparing to make your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, descend the steps to the entrance below. The knowledge held within will help you on your journey. The trees are moving. The trees in this groves wander about freely. The entire plant, roots and all. This is not normal even for this alien planet, and I never see them move. Is that even possible? If anyone else witnesses this disturbing behavior, I implore you, record your observations here. Either these trees are aberrant, or my brain must be. Plume is right, the trees do move. I confess I didn't notice until I read his notes. Alarmingly, it isn't only the trees, there is other matter in this area, such as the unusual shard of rock moving in the same eerie way. The rock is unusual for another reason too. It possesses color and texture I've never seen anywhere else on the planet. Hypothesis. The rock shard's presence is significant, we should study it. Could it be what is causing the other nearby objects to also move about this area? Knowledge of... Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Let's descend it then. The Southern Observatory, south 550 meters. Entrance to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge, below 90 meters. Okay, so we can use these two. Guide things. But I wanted to go to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge, which is apparently down there, so... let's go there. Because knowledge sounds like something we should have. Be welcomed in this place. Above you stands the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. If you're making your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, ascend these stairs and obtain the last of the knowledge you need for your journey. The Crossroads. And the place also has, like, tons of these... transporters. Ascend these stairs. Easier said than done, I guess. Because there was supposed to be these. How do we get there? Just by... nope. Oh, oh! That was... because just getting there is a fucking puzzle. Blackbird. Human meat has a taste and I can't even fucking read. Hi. So how do I... well, I don't know how to get there, so I guess we're not getting some quantum knowledge yet. Maybe we do have to go to the South Pole. Three minutes of oxygen remaining. We're gonna get some oxygen once we get up there. It's fine. No, I'm not. No, I'm not, unfortunately. And those symbols also must be important. Now, I'd like to know how I can get out from here, because I know that my jetpack can't push me up there with 1.0 gravity. Oh, great. Ow. This is what we came here looking for. I wish I could do that, Case. I found a ship. Now, question is...
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I.
And John, you just got redeem rolled. I think the other person's inside, so maybe... Maybe it would have been a good idea too. How did you get in? There. I'm a blind fuck. Not as blind as Shan, but still. I'm here, I did it, I put the ship down safely. In that ship we went down, I didn't sustain bodily harm. A few minor repairs and it's like the ship never even hit those rocks. One of my better attempts. Feldspar would barely have laughed at me, I bet. That's the good news. The bad news, I haven't found a way inside the structure yet. The door is broken and I'm not great at exploring, but I think I would have found a different entrance by now if there were one. Probably. I can't get inside from here, but I know there are paths below the surface. I'm gonna head north to the ruins on the equator to try and find a way down. Yeah, so that's exactly what was... So exactly to the place where we ended up first. Which is fine. But at least we are, you know, crossing the T's and whatever the fuck. I have no idea, Shan. Anything is possible in this thing. What I do know is there has to be some way to open up a path into the quantum tower thingy, right? It's one of those things that I would like to do, because, well, it sounds extremely useful to have knowledge about how all of the quantum things work. Like, we know that they change places, or they can change places when observed, right? And I think I just got thrown into a black hole. What the fuck? I ended up really far away. I have no idea. Okay. I'm indeed somewhere. Doesn't really help me much. I see something over there. I get the feeling that this is something that we'll understand better at some point. Fuck it, we're fucked anyway. Right? We have no ship. We're running out of fuel. So might as well. That's basically how a lot of this initial exploration is for me. Fuck it, might as well. No, probably not, but I want to see it. Oh, it just... What the fuck? It just suddenly really quickly changed speeds and is going a completely different direction. But it didn't change speeds with me. That was very curious. Oh well. Well, we're just gonna die in space. That's fine. Might as well see if I can dump us into the sun. We haven't died in the sun yet, so... Whee! Okay, so I know we're not gonna jump into that transporter thingy. But that still seems to be a planet that we should explore next. I think. But now, I do need to go to work, unfortunately. So, there's many things to explore. Lots of things to explore. It is very interesting. Me likey. But, I gotta go to work. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And, until next time, Introvert. Signing out.
Next time, obey.